Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about the Harbor Freight 3-day sale, a no exclusions coupon. It's actually been a while since they had a no exclusions coupon, so it's about time they finally had another no exclusions coupon weekend. So there you go. This weekend from the 12th until the 14th, you can take advantage of all these coupons that we're going to be talking about, and we're going to dive in and see everything that's actually covered in these coupons. Maybe there's something in here that you like. You can save some money on all this stuff. Maybe you can get a few of these things because there's only a limit as to what you can get per coupon, but it doesn't mean that you can't use all the coupons at the same time. In other words, if there's 5 different types of coupons, you can take advantage of 5 different deals every time you go to the store. You can always go to the store multiple times throughout the weekend and get multiple items if you want to do that as well. So there you go. That's a little workaround there. You may not be able to combine coupons, but different coupons, you can stack a bunch of different coupons and use them on the same day. Not a problem whatsoever. So let's take a look and see what these coupons are all about. And like I said, these coupons are from the 12th until the 14th. The next 3 days, you can take advantage of all this savings. But before we get started on this, I want to talk about something really important that's going on with YouTube. And normally, I don't talk about stuff going on with YouTube as far as how it affects me as a creator. But this is something that is affecting everyone. In fact, there are tons of videos out there, people talking and complaining about this change that YouTube made in the middle of August, and they did not tell anyone anything about it, and it is driving people crazy. A lot of channels have complained about this, and the only reason I bring it to your attention is because it affects you, the viewer. It's not that it only affects me, it also affects you, the viewer. See, for some odd reason, YouTube decided that they're going to start being more restrictive as to the types of videos that people get to see, and they turned on this thing called restricted mode. Now, basically what they did is they went through and they automatically turned it on for pretty much every account on YouTube. So you may not be aware, and this may be turned on in your account, and that's why a lot of videos may not be showing up. What you got to do basically is look at your account, go to the icon at the top corner of your browser, the one you normally click on when you sign in, sign out, all that kind of stuff. You scroll down, see right here, this is where you sign out. Whenever you're done, you switch accounts, your Google account, all that kind of stuff. Scroll down, and what you're going to see is the restricted mode. Make sure that that is set to off, because if that is set to on, that means YouTube is restricting what you get to watch. And if you think that means restricted mode for 18 and over, no, that's not what it means. There is some nebulous formula that the AI, the artificial intelligence that Google has running right now, Gemini, it is deciding what you get to watch. And it doesn't make any difference if you're 18 or older, because it has nothing to do with being 18 and older. All my videos are set to people 18 and older. And same thing with a lot of channels out there. But the AI, Gemini, is deciding what you get to watch or not. So instead of restricted mode, it should be called Gemini decides what you get to see or don't see, because it is so nefarious that it's not like the videos are there and it asks you to sign in to show that you're 18 and over. You can be signed in. In fact, that's when it is most effective if you're signed in. If you're not signed in, it won't work. It won't kick in because it doesn't know who you are or how old you are. But it is so nefarious that what it is doing, it is basically making videos disappear. So in other words, if you're following me on Twitter, which you should be, that way you get all the latest information of what I post. If I put a link to a video on Twitter and I say, this is my latest video, go watch it, the AI will literally say, no, there's nothing to see here. That video doesn't exist. That is how bad it is with this restricted mode turned on. So make sure it is turned off. And a lot of videos have done examples about this on YouTube so far, and that's how I got to find out about it. A lot of other people complaining about it and showing how on their accounts, on their channels, they would turn this on and then turn it off, and they would show half their videos would disappear for no apparent reason. So if you're missing out on my videos or other videos, other channels, and you don't know what's going on, you're thinking, well, maybe they're just not posting anything. No. It is something worse than that. Google or Gemini or YouTube, whatever you want to call it, it is deciding what you get to see or not to see. So make sure you go into your account, turn restricted mode off, and then all the videos will all of a sudden become available to you. If you're an 18 and older person, which 100% of my audience is 18 and older, there's nobody, looking at the metrics, nobody under 18 watches my channel. You should be able to see all of my videos, okay? Because I don't have any videos that are restricted, copyrighted, this, that, and the other. I don't have any of those problems. I run a family-friendly channel. I don't curse. I don't do all sorts of weird stuff. No nudity, none of that stuff, no craziness. So my channels have no restrictions whatsoever. So this, you would think, would not affect you at all. But we don't know what the formula is because Google does not tell us what the formula is of how it decides what you get to watch or not to watch. So make sure you turn that off. Not only does it affect me, it affects you, and it affects every channel out there that you enjoy. So your videos will come right back and you'll be able to see all the latest videos when you have this turned off. Make sure you do that. And now let's get back into the video. All right, guys, so once we got that out of the way, I know it was a little lengthy, but trust me, other channels have gone way, way lengthier into that, talking entire videos about that program. I just made it as short and sweet as I could. Anyway, so let's talk about these coupons that are available right now. Like I said, the 12th through the 14th, you can see it right there. You can see the coupon codes. You can take advantage of this stuff anytime you like. We start off looking at some hand tools from Pittsburgh. Everyone can save 15% off on all these tools. If you're an Inside Track Club member, you get 20% off. Now, I should point out, as always, Inside Track Club guys do not get any additional coupon. There is no coupon for Inside Track Club people. Just being a member at the register, make sure that they apply the extra 5% for you if you're an Inside Track Club member. I have to preface that. I have to point that out because some people, sometimes they don't look. And then later on when you're at home, you look at your receipt and, oh, you only got 15%. Make sure you get your full 20 if you're an ITC member before you ring it up, before you leave the store. Make sure that way any problems, you take care of it right then and there. Because unfortunately, after all this time, Harbor Freight still refuses to make a separate coupon for Inside Track Club people. Why? Because they don't want you to be able to use that coupon if it gets leaked, and then you get the extra 20% off. So you have to be signed in and have to be a member, and then you get the extra 5% off. They just don't want this information leaking out there so people can get it and save themselves extra money without paying for the membership. It's all about the money for them. They don't care if they make mistakes and don't give you your savings, but they definitely want to get the money for the membership. So there you go, 15% off on all hand tools that are Pittsburgh. Now here it's only showing you sockets and ratchets and extensions. But Pittsburgh is a huge line. It was one of the original lines that Harbor Freight started with. So there are wrenches and sockets and extensions and pliers and screwdrivers and all sorts of hand tools. So don't just think what's in the picture here. You could go into the store and get a ton of different tools. Like I said, torque wrenches and pliers and monkey wrenches and all sorts of plumbing stuff. All sorts of different things you can get that have the Pittsburgh name. So this is probably the best coupon that they have here because it has the widest range of all. You can get a ton of tools that are the Pittsburgh name. I have a ton of tools myself that are Pittsburgh, and that's why nowadays when everybody says they want to get Icon, I just don't get it because Pittsburgh is just as good. And it has a lifetime warranty, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper than Icon. So for me personally, I don't care. It does the job. It saves me money. It works great for me. So there you go. Save yourself 15% on all hand tools that are labeled Pittsburgh. All right, so here we go. The next coupon is you can get yourself 10% off on any single Franklin ladder. Now, they show you two different types of ladders there, but the funny thing about this coupon is that it seems to me, unless I'm misunderstanding it or something like that, it seems to be rather limiting because there's only 3 different item codes down here. Now, I know they have more than 3 ladders at Harbor Freight. Maybe they have them labeled as something else. Maybe they're not Franklin ladders because they have extension ladders and they have all sorts of ladders. But maybe it's just this type that they want to sell and the regular A-frame ladders. But this coupon, if you look at it down here, it really is not a no exclusion coupon. It is rather limited and rather exclusive. It says only these 3 item numbers you can get the purchase of the 10% off coupon. So this one is a little bit funny. That's why I pointed out it's not really a no exclusions coupon. Maybe that's why they don't want to put no exclusion on everything, because they know that they are excluding it to some extent. The Pittsburgh one, there is no exclusion. I didn't see any item number down here at all. So that means you can buy anything with the Pittsburgh name. But the Franklin one only has 3 different item codes. So that means if you don't want one of those 3 ladders, you're out of luck. You're not saving 10% on anything. So that one, be careful with. Don't just go into the store hoping to take advantage of any ladder that you see there. It won't work. It's only these 3 items down here. Now, the other one, the clamps, all clamps, doesn't have a name or anything to it. So Pittsburgh or whatever else they want to call them, whatever name they give to the clamps, whether it's C clamps or the big carpenter's clamps or the little tiny trigger clamps, whatever you want to call them, all of the different types of clamps, all clamps are 15% off. ITC members get 20% off. So this one is, again, rather not limited. You can get any clamp you like, any style, any name, any shape, any size, any clamp at all, and save yourself 15%. So that's a pretty good one right there. That's a good one to save yourself some money on. And let's see, how about some US General stuff? Here we go with some US General magnetic accessories. Now there's one, again, it's pretty broad. You could say it's a no exclusions coupon. It is pretty broad. Anything under the US General banner that is a magnetic accessory. So again, a giant magnet or something to hold your tools, power cord right there that'll stick to the side of your cabinet, tissue holder, screwdriver holder, paint holder, any of those kind of things. Anything that's magnetic and is US General, use your imagination. You can go through the store and check out everything that they have. But if it's a magnetic accessory that you can attach to your cabinet or something like that, or attach it to anything else, anything that's metal, ferrous, you can attach it to that. You can get yourself 25% off any US General magnetic accessory. Now you look down here, again, it's very important to always read the fine print. But there's nothing really special in there. There are no item numbers. There are no restrictions. Pretty much you can get anything that is a US General is magnetic. So this one is fairly well, I would say, a no exclusions coupon. It's just limited to the US General brand. But you know what? That's okay. We'll take it. It's better than nothing at all. 25% off, as long as you want to get some items that are US General, that's pretty good. I mean, when was the last time you saw a 25% off coupon? I can't remember seeing one in the past year, year and a half. So it's been a long time, maybe a year. Okay, maybe around a year, something like that. All this year for sure. These past 9 months, I have not seen it. Maybe towards the end of last year, maybe I saw one. But it's been a long time since 25% off has shown its face around here. So there you go. And one important thing to point out, all these coupons are in-store only. You can't use them online. You see, they all say in-store only. So you got to go into the store to take advantage of it. And for you Inside Truck Club folks, you get 30% off. So that is a really good deal. If you have all sorts of US General stuff and you want to get some more accessories, 30% off, that is a really good savings. Now, how about if you want some Apache cases? Well, here again, it says any Apache case. So you can save yourself some good money. Locks are not included, though. Keep an eye on that one right there. Locks not included. And again, if you read through the fine print, there are no restrictions. You can get any Apache case, any size, any color, any style, any Apache case whatsoever that you like without the lock supports for 15% off in-store only. You can save yourself 15% these 3 days. This entire weekend, you can save 15%, 20% for Inside Track Club members. So again, that is rather not restrictive. As long as it has the Apache name on it, you can get any case or style you want. So that's pretty good right there. So there you go, guys. That is the 5 coupons that we have available for this weekend at Harbor Freight. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.